You just got a raise, $250 extra a month. That's $3,000 a year. And in your head, you're thinking, finally, I can breathe a little bit. 3 months later, you're broke again. Nothing catastrophic happened. You just spent it all without even noticing. Here's the thing, and this is what I spend way too much time thinking about, that money didn't disappear randomly. It disappeared because you didn't have a system to protect it. My name is Gary, and if you're someone who makes decent money but somehow has less at the end of the month than you should, hit that subscribe button. This video is going to change how you see your entire financial life. So here's a question. When you get a raise, how much should actually go to savings? Most people say half. Save half, spend half. Sounds reasonable, right? It's actually keeping you broke. Look, here's what I've observed. When you get a $250 raise, you don't consciously decide to spend it. Instead, you go out to lunch one more time a week. You upgrade your coffee subscription. You buy better groceries. You fill up your gas tank without grimacing. Each choice feels fine in isolation, but they add up to all of it. According to the Federal Reserve, the median household makes $75,000 and has only $36,000 saved for retirement. They're working harder, making more money, and saving less. That's lifestyle creep. Here's the math nobody does. You make $60,000, you save 10%, so $500 a month. Then you get a 5% raise, $250 a month. You spend $200 of it and save $50. You feel like you're winning, but you just taught your brain that spending raises is normal. That $250 is no longer a bonus. It's your baseline. When you get your next raise in 2 years, you're starting higher. Your margin is shrinking. This is where the 1% margin changes everything. The 1% margin means this. When your income increases, you only let your lifestyle increase by 1% of that raise. Everything else goes to wealth building. So that $250 raise, you spend $2.50, you save $247. I know, that sounds insane. But here's the psychological shift that makes it work. You're still spending more than last month. Your life is still improving. You're just not letting it improve as fast as your income. Let me show you what happens over a decade. Scenario 1. Normal lifestyle creep. You get 3% raises yearly. You spend 80% of every raise. Your savings shrinks from $500 a month to $350 a month by year 10. You're making more but building wealth slower. Scenario 2. The 1% margin. Same 3% raises. You spend 1% of new income. With that approach, you'd have roughly $1.8 million by retirement at 67, starting from $36,000 today. Without it, starting savings, $500 a month. By year 10, you're saving about $1,500 a month. Your wealth building engine tripled. You're looking at maybe $700,000. That's not a difference in income. That's the difference between retiring stressed and retiring comfortable. Here's the thing. Money isn't actually about money. It's about control. When you let your lifestyle creep automatically, you're unconsciously saying, now you might be thinking, this is nice theory, but why wouldn't I just spend the money I earned? Whatever I spend is as much as I can afford. Your brain owns you. But when you deliberately keep a margin, something shifts. You become someone who has choices, someone in control. That's not motivation talk. That's neuroscience. A 2021 study found that people with a sense of financial control had lower stress hormones than people making significantly more money but feeling out of control. That margin, it's not deprivation, it's freedom. Here's how you actually implement this starting today. Step 1. Calculate your current savings rate. If you make $60,000 and save $400 monthly, that's 8%. Write it down. Step 2. Make a rule. The next time your income increases, raise, bonus, side gig, whatever, you spend 1% of that increase on lifestyle. That's it. $200 raise? You get to spend $2. Everything else goes to your wealth building accounts. Step 3. Don't think about it as tiny purchases. Think about it as a category. That $2 It's a $2 a month increase to your discretionary budget. Flexible, real, noticeable but controlled. When your income increases again, you get another 1%. Your lifestyle grows. Your margin grows faster. The 1% margin isn't forever. You use it until your margin hits 15 to 25% of your income. Then you have flexibility. But before that, this is how you break the cycle. This is how. So here's what I want you to do. Don't wait for your next raise. Calculate your savings rate today, then make a promise. The next time your income increases, you're using the 1% margin. One cycle. Try it. If this helped, subscribe and hit that thumbs up. The gap between broke and secure, it's not as big as you think. It's usually just the 1% margin. I will see you in the next video.